Definitely, man. Hey, good moments and memories.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
There's great times.
definitely. So, leading up to the '02 draft, what was that moment, or what was the feeling of that night? And did you have any communication
Man.
with the UNC product that went in the first round, Julius Peppers?
I hadn't had any communication with Julius, and that was kind of the crazy thing is for me, I was all over the board. I mean, depending on what teams wanted to utilize me for, what they thought they utilized me for, I was anywhere from mid to low second round all the way down to six because there were some teams who were like, hey, we think we're going to transition him to safety, or he might work here as a linebacker, or we can work in both ways. I mean, there was so many different aspects to that. But having guys like Pep and Sean Foster who were drafted above me for Carolina were great, great guys, and I still talk to Smoke and Pep too. And for me, it was really the surprise. Like I was actually down. My agent had set up something where I was just going to be down at Disney World hosting some deal for ESPN Zone, and with a guy named Keith Saunders, and I still talk to him to this day too. And I'm sitting there and we're chatting about the draft that's going on, and we get in the third round and it's we're just talking. It's kind of all over, right? As I said, I was all over the board, and then my phone rings and I'm like, hey, what's going on? And it's Sam Mills and Coach Fox and Jack Del Rio on the call. Hey, we're looking at picking you up next. And, when our next pick comes in about 2 picks, we want to make sure you're ready. Like, you're good to go. I'm like, all right. Like, I'm like, but I know things can change. That 2 picks before could be something that changes what their mindset is. So I kind of just let it ride. And just said, yeah, well, we'll see what's up. Like, and thankfully they picked me in, and I didn't have to sweat it out much more. I got that done and finished out the day with the ESPN Zone, and got into kind of hanging out in my room. And sure enough, my phone rings again, and it's Coach Mills. He's like, hey, we're going to get you up here. When can you get here? I was like, well, kind of down here with the fam, like just in this, I just need to figure out, a couple things. And it was peace out. See you, Dad. Like, got to go. I'm flying to Carolina. And at that time, and it's still pretty uncommon to have your 3rd round pick fly in the day after the draft. It was like, hey, here's the playbook. I want to get you kind of started. Like, here we go. Boom, boom, boom. And that, the story is what it is from there.
Definitely. There's a lot of emotion. If I was drafted, probably some tears would be shed.
Yeah, it's a moment of elation. And I think the problem and the part of it is that I can be excited and I'm happy. It was great. It was like, but I'm also in the middle of hosting this event. So I was like trying to hold my composure, I think, a little bit too.
I hear you, man. So what was that moment like? They all say, welcome to the NFL. What was that moment for you?
Oh, man. Well, let's see. That moment for me was probably one of those first kickoffs, right? Like, I know, before a game, I don't really get butterflies per se. Like, I'm a guy who anybody can tell you, I sleep before the game because I just let it all out, leave it all alone, don't need all the noise. So I sleep until the last possible minute to throw my pads on, I already got my ankles taped. I'm ready to go, throw pads on, and just go. It's that simple for me. Go out for our team warm up, and it's ready to roll. That first kickoff though is just something that your heart's pounding, you're racing a little bit, you got all these things going on. It's just get it done, get it done. And I caught a cold double team, I think, that first one. And it was one, I see, oh no. And yeah, you just know that it's going to be a minute for you. But all things considered, that was that first welcome to the NFL moment. And then, the next big one for me was my rookie year as well. When I was told Monday morning, hey, you're no longer a will linebacker today. You're about to start at Mike this Sunday against Michael Vick. It's like,
jeez.
All right. Yeah.
The cover athlete.
That was interesting because
Madden.
Well, let's see. My front 4 were all Pro Bowlers, right? Chris Jenkins, Brenson Buckner, Julius Peppers, and Mike Rucker. That was my starting front 4.
Killing.
Yeah, and to add to the fact that the D line is in the back of the room going, "Oh man, this rookie's about to run our defense. Are we ready for this?" But about 3 series into the game, I'm like literally pulling the playbook up to the bench, like thinking about what I got to do, flipping pages, going, okay, well, here's what I got to do. This is how I set that. Oh, what they do this. Some of the things are showing, trying to think through some of this stuff already. And I look up and they're all standing around me. They're like, hey, we see you're ready, so we're gonna go ahead and let loose now. And in my mind, I'm thinking, what have you been doing before this? And secondly, I'm like, all right, we're good. Like that, we're ready to play. And that next series, I think Chris Jenkins gave a dude a head fake and an ear. Like he hit this dude so fast, his ear hit the ground before his feet came off. And I was like, wow,
Jeez.
that's really finally playing. So I know what's up.
Like, didn't you freaking have any grogginess sleeping before the game? That's crazy,
No,
man.
I've done that. I've done that always. It's not like I'm like a nap, like a long nap. It's get in the locker room, get taped. I get my pants on, get kind of pre-ready. So all I got to do is really throw my shoulder pads on there, throw my headphones in, and it's usually about 30, 40 minutes, and it's ready to go.
Jeez, you didn't need
But I
any
guess that
coffee?
also comes from that also comes from military wake up style, right? So my dad
Yeah,
just walked by my room, and it was just time for school, and that's it.
definitely. So, like during your NFL journey, what were like we did for college? What was that moment for you, if you could narrow it down to one?
Oh man. Again, probably, really getting put in the spotlight for that first start, and really having to prove to my teammates that I was going to be holding up my end of the bargain. Um, the best thing ever is like you always got to be able to do your 111th, right? Like you can't do. Another coach I always had, Frank Bush. I always loved. He used to tell guys this all the time. You don't get two paychecks, so don't try and do two jobs. so when you're all across the board, you're looking at it from that standpoint, being able to uphold to your teammates their expectations, that's the biggest moment for me. Going out there and, getting your first pick or making my first sack or just putting the defense in the right alignment was a big feeling, great feeling to start, managing that and showing that you were really working at the level they needed you to. And that was one of those big pro moments for me.